Hello, this is Queenie's Wednesday Night Live for February 2026 Cards of the Month. I moved it late because I had to get some cat food delivered because I'm one of those cat ladies. So here we are. It's just about 7 o'clock. I thought I'd go on a little early. I had pulled the overarching theme of the month from the Fairies Oracle by Brian Froud. I had pulled that early because I thought maybe I was going to have time to do a short TikTok video, but no, we'll do that later. And but what was funny or peculiar, which things can be funny and peculiar at the same time, or peculiarly funny, you know, something like that. Sorry about the glare, but Mama needs her glasses. So I pulled Unity. Here, there she is. I pulled Unity. And I thought, okay, well, that is the theme of the month. And then I thought, you know, I'm just going to pull a personal card for myself to help myself, to give me support for this monthly live. I don't know if you know, but my deck of Fairies Oracle cards are double deck. So I pulled the Unity card a second time for myself. So basically the Fairies Oracle was doubling down in a way. So this deck that I have, I got the original deck in 1999, and I think in about 2001 or something like that, I bought a second deck because my dog, dear departed Toby Joe, had chewed a couple of the cards. So I thought that I would just buy another deck, and then I realized, well, I don't want to get rid of the original one. So sometimes when I do readings for people, we'll get double cards because it's a double deck. And this is what happened this evening. So it appears that Unity is really, really important, is an important message for tonight and for the month of February. For the collective, which is what I usually do the Cards of the Month videos about, and for me personally. It was like, no, baby, no. This is the message. You can't avoid it. This is the message. So I thought, initially my hit about Unity is to, it's about community. It's about acknowledging and creating and connecting with community. It is about unity within and without. It is understanding that we need to take these moments and understand that we are part of everything and everything is part of us. That's what this Unity card is about. It's interesting because it looks like it's got deer antlers, doesn't it? But it's a light being. It's card number 1 out of the Fairies Oracle deck. And this is about how we are part of everything and everything is part of us. Even at times when we want no part of a lot of the things that are going on. We want no part of them. No thank you. No thanky spanky. No thank you. Even when we don't want a part of everything going on, we are still, it is still us. These bundles of energy floating around and kind of bumping up against each other and merging and not merging. And we're soaking in it. And I know that there's a lot of things that we just don't want any part of that's happening right now, or that's, you know, these are things that have been happening for a long time. I would venture to guess, maybe accurately, thousands of years. There's always somebody that wants power over somebody else. There's always somebody that finds ways to manipulate and have power over somebody else. And what we need to remember is that we are part of a collective. And that collective is stronger than those individuals. That's part of the unity card. But I would also like to read from the Fairies Oracle description, just in case I missed anything. So unity is union, mystical experience, spiritual home. We are walking around in our spiritual home, and but we're also walking around. We're in it. We're in it. Okay, so when this card comes up in a reading, it is asking us to remember the mystical concept that we are all one, unified in a holistic universe. It reminds us to look at the needs and goals we have in common with others and seek cooperation and community action rather than attempting to do everything on our own. To achieve our goals, we need active cooperation with others, and to get that cooperation, we must be helpful to them and willing to work with their ideas as well as our own. It suggests that we think of things in terms of equal partnerships rather than in lines of hierarchical authority. I hate that I couldn't pronounce that. Hierarchical authority. I'm apologizing in advance. Unity also tells us that we have much to gain by remembering our own wholeness. Resolution of inner conflict is often necessary before we can move ahead. It is important at this time that we work towards cooperation and reconciliation within and without. Seek the highest good of all involved and not merely your idea of the highest good. Ask for the divine energy of unity to permeate and guide you. So it is what I was talking about. It's time. It's necessary for us to acknowledge and foster community. It is necessary for us to acknowledge and foster our connections and relationships with other human beings and understand that we are all human beings. Even the crappy ones are human beings. And that doesn't excuse the behavior, and it doesn't make it any less horrifying, the things that are being uncovered. But to understand in the grand scheme of things, we are just able to see it now, which is pretty sobering and horrifying as well. Anyway, but unity within, unity out. Unity in, unity out. Okay, I just got reminded of, and this is like a total Gen X thing, that movie All of Me with Lily Tomlin and Steve Martin, back in bold. Anyway, it was cute. I'm sorry. So the next card that we're going to pull is, we're going to pull oh, that is the wrong deck. Come on, Aaron. We're going to pull one of the spirit cats. Pardon me. And we're going to see which one wants to support us in that. I can't believe that I pull the unity card and then I try and pull a personal card and it pulls the unity card again. It's like, okay, I get the point. I better get that point across, right? All right, so this is going to be our little cat support card. What's going to help us be able to see the unity? Oh my, okay. I'm not going to show you. No, I'm just kidding. I'll show you. This little guy, there's little horns. Look at that. That's like the devil card and the spirit cats card. Look at it. So, purification. Meet Calico. Now that's with a K, so that's not like my Calico Bunny. Meet Calico, the maven of purification. She shows up in our life when it's time to let go of everything that no longer serves us. So that's what's in the way of us being able to have unity. It's in the way of acknowledging that we are not other Calico, that we are not other, that we are all human beings in this experience together. Okay. Long ago, she used to be a sad little kitty and believed that that was who she was. When she realized that sadness was not her at all, but a heavy cloak she had been wearing for much too long, she let the cloak drop off her shoulders and felt light as air. Now she is simply pure being. What old beliefs, stagnant energy, or unhealthy habits can you toss to the wind in order to set yourself free? I don't know about you, but this reading is already kind of kicking my butt. So we've got the Unity card, which is about acknowledging that we're all part of. I suppose I should call it, because the phrase is coming out. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not using the term correctly. The unified field. We are all part of it. We are all part of it. Even the people we think are bad, we're all part of this unified field, okay? And in order for us to be able to acknowledge and make the most of being part of that unified field, this humanity or sentient beings on this planet, is that we have to let go of the things that no longer serve us. And what is it? You're the only one who can tell me, or tell yourself, what no longer serves you. I know that there's plenty that no longer serves me. There are a lot of things that could. It's interesting that I said that this card looked kind of like the devil card for that. It's funny that it would be a purification card if it's going along with the devil card. The devil card is about releasing shame. It's about letting go of the shame that no longer serves you, the fear, the separateness that we feel, which kind of gets in the way of unity. So that's very interesting to me. My brain likes to see patterns, likes to try and connect things together in patterns to create a narrative. That's just how my brain works. It may not be how other people's brains work, but that's how my brain works. And it's going like all the time. And when I get a little thing like, oh wow, that's like the devil card in the tarot deck, and then it is like, let go of the things that no longer serve you. There's a lot of things that no longer serve me. I mean, I could probably talk for a long time about things that no longer serve me, that I'm still kind of wrestling with and figuring out. And I'm sure that those of you that are watching, whenever you end up watching this, are feeling that way too. We're in this time period where we're being bombarded. Again, I have been saying this for years. We're being bombarded with a lot of fear and a lot of negativity and a lot of anger and a lot of horrifying details of things that are necessary to come out. It's important to know. It's important it's important for the veil to lift, but it also causes us to seek comfort in the familiar. And sometimes the familiar isn't as good for you as you think, as it could be. And trying to find, this is my roundabout way of saying that, like, I eat my feelings, and I disassociate and watch TikToks for far too long. But figuring out something to replace those things, or to at least sort of replace those things, is something that's important. And I'm sure that there are other things to let go of. But those are the first two that I could think of off the bat, that I'm sure that others might relate to. Anyway, so we're going to go to the next cards, and the next cards are going to be the 3 different sections of the month. February is kind of a short month, so this ought to be interesting. So let me pick a tarot deck to use. Which one is this? What's this? Oh, this is a tarot deck. I'll get her later. Woohoo! It's good. It's good and fun. Okay, I'm just going to do the Eileen Connolly deck, and I'm using the major arcana of the Eileen Connolly deck, because we're all about the soul evolution. Okay, so the first card is going to be from February 1st, which I know it's the 4th, February 1st until the 10th. And the next one will be from the 11th until the 20th. And then the next will be the 21st to the 28th. What are we doing? Oh, we've got the devil card there too. That's fun. All right, so. Oh, that's nice. We could use some of that. Is it really there? Oh, that's. I promise I'll show you. It's just a little bit much. Okay, so. The beginning of the month, we have the Sun card. This is about radiance and confidence. It's about magnetizing, good stuff. Maybe we're getting a little bit of a break at the beginning of the month. It is, radiance, confidence. Okay, what would you like to tell me? I like this deck because I like the little cherubs in it. For a while, like the 90s, I really liked the little cherub things. Like that was my, thing. Burgundy and gold and the little cherub paintings. I thought those were so cool. Anyway, this, if you look, each cherub has a suit. We've got pentacles, we've got cups, we've got wands, and we've got, does that one have a sword? No, that one has roses, which have the thorns. So I would say that that's probably representative of the swords. So the beginning of the month, oh, okay, I got it now. It takes a minute. The beginning of the month, things are being illuminated. Things are being illuminated. The sun is radiating out. Things are being illuminated. It can be a little hot, but there's illumination in all areas. So we've got our pentacles, which is our manifestation, our security, our stability, our foundation. There's some illumination there. Cups are emotions, dreams, visions, intuition. We might feel a little on fire from that, like things are being illuminated there. We're seeing more than we had seen before. And then we've got wands, which is that strikes, being able to see more, having things illuminated strikes like a creative fire in us. And there's passion and fire and magic, really. And then swords, what's being illuminated creates clarity and shows us how to communicate better about it and to set appropriate boundaries. Like the roses will set a boundary. Don't grab me. I've got thorns. You're going to have to work around that. So that's the beginning of the month. And then in the middle of the month, once all this stuff is illuminated, then we're really doubling down on the purification, because we have the Tower card in the middle of the month. Now this, even though it looks like a terrible card, and nobody really likes it, and I don't think I ever really liked it when I would get it a long, long time ago before I understood it. And this is another card where it kind of doubles down on, it is the destruction of the ego castle. It is anything that does not serve us anymore, anything that is not working for our growth and our healing and our forward movement. It's being cleared away. It's falling to pieces. And sadly, that we're watching it. We're watching it, and it's not just happening. It's not just happening out there. It's happening in here as well. It is okay. Rewriting our beliefs about what is possible. Rewriting our beliefs about what is needed in order for us to move forward with more unity and community. All the things that don't work are falling away or being destroyed, really. And I don't think that the Tower doesn't clear it away. You just emerge from the rubble more whole. So it looks like a scary card, but it's not necessarily a scary card, because the things that you're losing are things that you don't need anymore, that you were hanging on to, that don't serve you anymore. And I'm sorry that we got that card. It's kind of a scary card, but it's necessary. This is the kind of card where if you have been working at a job forever and ever and ever, and you don't like your job, you don't like the people there, you don't like it, but you're continuing to go just, for a paycheck or for some stubborn reason, this is when the job leaves you, because it's not for you anymore, and it hasn't worked for a while. And if you're stubborn enough, that'll happen. That also happens with one of the cards in the Fairies Oracle, Nellis the Alchemist. She'll come in, wave her magic wand, and clear the path, and whatever it is that's holding you back is gone, whether you like it or not, or whether you're ready or not. And that's kind of what this Tower is doing. So I would do like unity and reconnect with your community. That just sounds so cheesy, but there it is. That is how we get through. So everything gets illuminated at the beginning of the month, and then the middle of the month, it will be impossible not to see the things that we need to let go of, the things that are being destroyed in front of us, and needing to really give ourselves the opportunity to trust that everything's going to be okay regardless. That even though I'm losing these things around me that I used to think were secure, that I used to think were stable, or that was my castle, that it's falling for a reason, and that it's going to be okay. If I get the Tower card, that's generally what I say. So at the end of the month, from the 20, after all that business, why can't we be done, Erin? Why? Queenie, why? No, we've still got the end of the month and a couple more cards to go. At the end of the month, which is from the 21st to the 28th, I got the Judgment card. And you know me, I love the Judgment card because I keep saying I hardly ever get it, but for some reason I have a block when it comes to this card, and I don't know why. So here's the Judgment card. So here, this can tie into the Tower card as well, because this is about releasing the judgments we have about things, releasing the judgments we have about ourselves, dropping our armor, dropping our facade, getting to the core of who we really are, releasing judgments about everyone, including ourselves. So hold on just a second. Let me grab the book, and I will read out what it says in one of the books, and then we'll go from there. Okay? Because I want to be accurate, and if I'm not if I'm only kind of getting things from the card, I want those of you that are familiar with the tarot to understand that it's there. Hold on just a second. Where is that? Come on, you can do it. Okay. Oh, here it is. Temperance. Devil. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, and it's the second to the... What card is it? No, it's card number 20, so it's the second... It's the second to the last card. Yeah. It's right before the world. So in order to receive the world, we have to release all the judgment. Okay, so this Judgment card has an affirmation. I am vibrantly alive and live into the God Goddess that I am. So heeding the call of a higher purpose, a resurrection, the rebirth of a new personality. Forgive yourself and others. Be the visionary you were made to be. So this does correspond with all the stuff that we're kind of being asked to let go of, that's crumbling in our hands in the middle of the month, and release even more so that we can aspire to a higher way of being. Maybe in being able to acknowledge how connected we are to everything and how connected everything is to us. And maybe as I say we, those folks that are watching this, and maybe as a collective, human beings as a collective, start being able to see more others as not other, but as human beings too, this helps us step into a higher calling, a higher way of being, a higher way of walking through the world, a more loving way of walking through the world, regardless of what's going on. So that's kind of what's happening in the middle of the month. Don't think I'm not a little tweaked about that, but it's not bad. It's not going to be bad. So I'm gonna pick a whimsical card that's going to lighten things up a little bit. Apparently, that's the intention. But we know how these things go. Oh, well, this goes along with the unity. This is from a deck that I got on Etsy. It's a handmade deck. It says, surround yourself with people that make your heart smile. I think that's pretty cool because that does lighten things up. So maybe this is a month, even though it's a shorter month, maybe this is a month to reach out to a friend or two or seven and plan something, be around them, just hang out, be around people that make your heart smile. You know? I think that that's very, very healing. Okay, I like that little whimsical thing. Here's another whimsical thing. There is an artist that I found on TikTok. She's on YouTube as well. Her name is Queen Herbie. That's QVEENHERBY. Anyway, she has a deck. And I wanted to do her oracle deck. I thought that would be really cool. And I realized that it's lyrics from songs of hers. So, and she raps. So please bear with me, because that's not going to come out of my mouth, because I'm not I wouldn't be very good at it. But let's see what she has. She has very empowering messages. Oh, this is a good one. All right, so I suppose that this is card number 19. It's supposed to be Sade in the 90s. This is what the back of the deck looks like. And this is the front. It's, I'm allergic to the bullshit. I said bullshit. Merde. This is great. Surround yourself with people that make your heart smile, and acknowledge that you're allergic to the bullshit. Anyway, I like this deck. It's very good. Now let's find, where's my spirit animals? Where are they? Oh, there they are. I'm searching for things. I wasn't prepared. I had some groceries delivered right before we happened. I was kind of prepared. All right, so now we have the Spirit Animal Oracle. This is going to be what's going to ground us. What's going to help? What? No. What are our responsibilities this month? Could be grounding. The other card that I'm going to pull is going to be grounding. What are our responsibilities this month? What sort of animal message is going to tell us what we're responsible for this month? Oh. All right. Coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. And definitely with the tower involved, and purification, and being allergic to the bullshit, and surrounding yourself with people that make your heart smile. I think the coyote spirit is a perfect card to get to ground us to what we're responsible for. We're responsible to trust that we're going to get through this. Trust that as long as we don't forget who we are, the loving human beings that we are, that we'll get through this. Okay, so coyote spirit, trust in divine detours. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what happens to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous? I'm watching too many of the Beverly Hills Bride shows. Fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Coyote Spirit's trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations and teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate joy, love, and prosperity, the joy and love and prosperity that is coming up for you. Perhaps you're revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you were intending to co-create. Tower card. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in the moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twists, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in the divine order now. Coyote spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they're supposed to be. Okay, so I know that there will be resistance to, and because I feel it a little bit within myself, to even the thought that things are exactly as they're supposed to be right now. It is hard when you are existing in the world and paying attention to the world, but also needing to pay attention to self and take care of self at the same time. This is very difficult. If I want to get astrological, it's kind of like the Leo Aquarius axis. Leo is love, like huge love, big-hearted love, but self, me. Aquarius, everyone. Aquarius is like the unity card, like what's good for all. So there has to be a balance between the two with us all the time, not just this month. And we're really going to have to trust. And I'm not saying it's easy. The best thing that I've been able to do for myself, and honestly, just full transparency, I'm struggling as well, is to continually ask myself what's good. Does this feel good? This feels all right. This is good. And to repeatedly remind myself that I am safe, that I am cared for, and that I'm okay, that it's going to be okay. Just earlier I had, I'm not a total huggy person, and it much to the detriment, with my poor daughter, I'm not I get so overstimulated in the world that it's hard for me not to be a little prickly and not prickly mean, but just not be very touchy-feely at home, because it just so overly, I'm probably one of those HSP, highly sensitive persons. And so, I needed a hug today. And so we got hugs. Last night I needed a hug, and we got hugs. And I think we need to do that regularly. Find someone that can give you a hug, because we all need this moment where we feel safe in the midst of all this stuff. How about this? This is good. Hug and unplug. Just for a little while. Hug and unplug. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hug and unplug. So that is something that I do, and when I'm also asking myself, okay, what's good, what feels comfortable, even if it's something really, really simple, that will be helpful. And understand that with all this stuff that's coming up, and I know at least for me, that it is really, really, I never wanted to use all the new age terminology, but stuff is triggering, really triggering. And I'm having trouble with it too, because the victims were human beings. Just to think that any human beings could be treated that way. And then it reminds me of the times that I was treated similar, or even remotely that way, or my loved ones were treated even remotely that way, and the fact that I couldn't shield them from it, and that I couldn't shield myself from it, and it's heartbreaking, really. It's heartbreaking. The only way that I feel like we can get through is not to stop loving and keep sending love out. That's the only thing that will beat this shit. I keep swearing it's an adult life. It's the only thing that'll beat this, that'll get us through. And I personally would really like for you to be on the other side of this when there is another side of this. I want to be on the other side of this when there is another side of this, regardless of what that looks like. Because I'm going to bet maybe it'll get better. Might get worse for a while, but I would like to believe that it'll get better. Maybe that's what keeps me skipping around, but that's just what I believe. So now I'm going to pull a final card that'll supposedly tie everything together. Wish me luck. Let's find one. Let's see what we're doing here. Okay, these cards are kind of heavy, but this is what's going to tie it all together. Maybe this is what's the lesson. How about that? Let's find out. These Queen Mab cards, I mean, she doesn't mess around. My patron goddess does not mess around. Okay. Now you realize that when I give you these messages, this is what I need to hear too. You know? Like, this is what I need to hear. So, let's see what she has to say. I'm almost scared. Oh, another trust as destiny decrees. Do you like the crown though? Nice. All that purple. So this is what's going to tie it together. So this is just, it's almost, I don't know about you, but it almost feels fated. Like all this stuff being uncovered and everything like that. People have been thinking about it, speculating about it. But we've still got to live in it. We're still soaking in it. We've still got to live in it. So we really have to trust. Okay, this is what she's saying. Embrace the unexpected. Destiny is taking you in a direction you did not foresee. This is kind of like the Coyote card, too. It is as if all your life you've been struggling and striving to be queen, or perhaps were groomed for such a role. Queen or king, or both. Or perhaps you were groomed for such a role, but as soon as the crown was placed on your head, you received news that it was never yours in the first place. Rude. That path and that title were not intended for you. A relationship is not what you thought it was. An opportunity evaporated or transformed into something else. A pathway took an unexpected turn. I mean, no duh. Is this development shocking to you? Is it really? Or deep down, did you know there was something else in store? Something else life was navigating you towards? Somewhere else your heart of hearts wanted to go? Truthfully, you would not have thrived spending your life indoors, sitting on an uncomfortable throne. I don't know, I kind of like my throne. With a window perpetually separating you from the moonlight. You are wilder than that, freer and far less tamed. You are a creature of nature, the elements and the cycles of the earth. Surely you knew this. To wield your magic to the extent it deserves, you must chart your course and make your way under the open sky. So this is like taking a risk and trusting that everything will be okay. It can be disappointing to be forced to relinquish a tidily planned destiny. There is safety and comfort in walking a road many others have walked before. It is natural to mourn what will never be, which is kind of like the Tower card, like letting go. Come on, where? Still, rest assured that the adventure ahead of you, easy for me to say, that the adventure ahead of you is lovely. If you step into the unknown with courage, you will never look back with regret at the path that wasn't yours to take. The great goddess and your many helpers in the unseen realm are here for you. Call on them. Request their support to move forward into your divinely designed destiny. You may not know what the destiny holds for you yet, but that makes it all that more exciting. Let go of your ill-fitting crown. It may have looked pretty, but it always weighed heavily on you and caused your head to ache. Okay, is she kicking my butt right now? Yeah. Surrender your hold on what you once thought may have been. Leave old rules and expectations behind. There we go with the judgment card. Drop the judgments. Find your freedom. Draw upon your magic and then step out into the fresh air and glorious night. She's like, yes, I know this stuff is going on. It's true. It is all going on. It's happening. We don't know what's going to be on the other end of it. But we've got to trust the timing of things and that it's going to be okay. Yeah, I was kind of mad at her a little bit too. But so, unity, coyote spirit, purification. This is going to be a month of letting go of things that no longer serve us. And part of the things that no longer serve us is the big walls we put between ourselves and others, and ourselves and our potential community, and acknowledging other people's humanity, including our own. And that's pretty fancy. I can't believe I did that right on time. It's 7:45 on the dot, and that's exactly what I put in the Facebook thing. That's so fancy. Anyway, I am wishing you a wonderful February, even if it feels a little struggly in the middle. I am wishing you to come out the other end of it feeling lighter, feeling freer, and having some hope for the future. And don't forget, when you're in the middle of this stuff, to ask yourself, okay, so personally, what's good? How do my shoes feel? Do they feel comfortable? Is this a comfortable bed? Do I have a roof over my head? Is this food good? Is my pet the best pet on the planet, and can I pet them right now? These things that soothe and comfort us while we're going through stuff, we need to not forget to give to ourselves. And, well, I love you guys. I will see you on Sunday for the card of the week, which won't be live, but I'll be alive. And I will talk to you soon. I hope this made sense. It made sense to me. There was some points being driven home that I was resistant to, but it's all about trusting that things are unfolding exactly the way they need to. Wow. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.